Alright guys, this is Jake here. This is me and my wife's piebald veiled chameleon Banjo. As you can see there, he just ate a worm. It's actually a hornworm, correct term there. He actually hasn't had one in a while because they haven't had too many in stock due to this coronavirus. The piebald means white feet on a chameleon or any kind of snake. I believe that's what it means. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's probably a little under a year. He's pretty close to full grown. A lot of people say chameleons are hard to take care of. You know, he is a little tricky, but if you've had other animals in the past, he's not too bad. The hardest thing is making sure he gets calcium on his crickets or on his worms, and then when they drink from like drips. So like right here we have this drip system. It's called a little dripper. Fill it with water, goes down the hose here, and it drips out that into here. Sometimes he'll drink out of that, but most of the time I'll use a sprayer or a mister, and then I'll mist him, and then if I hit it just right, it'll create little drops, and then he will drink out of it that way. But they don't drink out of bowls. I guess if you do have a chameleon that drinks out of a bowl, you're probably one of the luckiest people in the world. They will drink off leaves or any kind of condensation. When you first get them, if you get them when they're small, you want to start them off in a small cage. They are fragile animals. They do stress out a lot. So when he's small, you want to make sure he has a small cage, just because if he does fall, he or she falls, they don't hurt themselves. But once they get bigger and bigger, you can upgrade their cage. We did end up getting him this cage here. This is probably one of the biggest store-bought ones you can get. Here, got the lights up top there. But even when we first got this cage, we only had it at 50%. We put a small table in there so he can only have half the cage. Now it's sitting on top of a table. I got some plants in the bottom there for him, and all his little vines going around so he can climb around. But he's pretty close to full grown, so that's why he does have the full cage. And then he also learns more with having more space. Like he uses his tail to hang down, he uses his feet. They like to dig their little claws in the grates and they climb up the grate. Another thing you gotta make sure is lighting. The long bulb here, the first one, that's UVB. That's one of the biggest things you gotta make sure with a chameleon is UVB, and then heat. And depending on size, once again, you want to start off with a small amount of light and then gradually increase it as he gets bigger. You don't want to cook them. And then they also like cooler temperatures at night, so I do have a purple, so I turn off all the lights and then just have the purple light on so he has a little bit of heat that he can just bask in. But they do like cooler temperatures at night. People say that they don't really like to be held, but I guess depending on who raises it, the store that we got this from, Petco, there was a lady there that was holding him every day because it was their first one that they got, and he seems very personable. Let's see if he's in a good mood right now, and see if I can get him to come up here. Come on. And even if you just be nice, you want to be kind of gentle with them, trying to get them if you want to get them to come out, because they will try to get away. But if you kind of just keep at it, he will eventually come to you. Right now he looks kind of bad because he's shedding. They're supposed to shed every like 45 days, and it's only supposed to last anywhere from a couple days to a week. And if they are shedding, it's fine. It just means they're growing. Sometimes he'll just shed his tail. Sometimes he'll just shed his face. Sometimes his whole body. They do poop and pee. One thing that's kind of cool is they're built to like preserve water, so their pee is actually a solid. So when you look at their droppings, like that there, the white is a pee because they absorb the liquid. And then he has his food over here, the little crickets. Put the crickets in there so he can eat them. He likes worms, hornworms, and but yeah, other than that, this is Banjo. Maybe I'll make another video. I'm glad I was able to get him feeding in that first part of the video. Sorry I didn't talk right away, I just wanted to be quiet, but while he was eating it. But one thing is, you know, the piebald chameleons, they don't turn like extravagant colors like the other ones. He turns like green, light green. He'll get spots. He will turn black when he's cold or mad. So that's one thing you gotta pay attention to, is like his body temperature and what color he is. If he's turning black, he's like, you know, either really cold, and then he can also be cold and mad at the same time, so he will be black. Or he's like just trying to match something. But other than that, you know, maybe I can, here's a little tail curling up now. But if you have any more questions, you know, drop some comments. Ask me if you want to make more videos of him, I can. He's pretty chill. As you can see here, sometimes he gets freaked out about the camera, but other than that, he's pretty cool. But he's never really tried to bite me. As you can see right there, he did freak out a little bit because he probably doesn't like the camera. But other than that, he's a really nice guy. But like any animal, you just gotta listen to them and pay attention to what they're saying, even though they can't talk, and just respect them. You know, obviously he's you know, threatened right now because of the camera. And you can see their eyes there. Their eyes go all over the place. They can see multiple directions. It's for tracking bugs. So like he can look backwards and then he can look at you at the same time, seeing what's going on there. But anyways, you guys have a great day. Stay safe out there. I'll catch you on the next video. Make sure you comment, subscribe, you know, tell your friends. You know, if you have any questions about getting a chameleon, just let me know. All right, peace.